I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you all for coming. This community is designed to support you in that time. It's really to utilize when things are bad and when you're at your lowest.
I started to learn about emotions. I started to learn about finding root causes, right? Starting to understand addiction and how addiction is not, once again, the issue that we are using a negative stimulus as a coping mechanism.
Part of my mission is to make sure people know that everything we need comes in a natural form. It's already here for us.
I am determined. I am strong. And I am ready.
We must first lovingly accept what is. I often say, you can't heal a body you hate.
This is healthy blood cells. And that's what we're aiming for. So you can see the contrast. Okay? What you do matters.
Thank you all for coming. Be blessed.
We're going to bring up your next speaker. That's going to be the wonderful, magnificent Chris James.
If you talk about how much you hate your fat, your body has been working all this time to keep you alive.
I don't think anybody in my circle understands impossible. What up? What up? Listen, it's late. It is late. It's been a long day. I've been going nonstop all day, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to do my Sunday video. So guess what? Here we are. We live tonight. You know, AHA After Dark. There's another AHA After Dark exclusive tonight. My camera, I've been on camera for like the past, I don't know, 2-3 hours. So my camera is, it's not my camera, it's my computer. My computer is worn out. It's struggling. It's struggling to keep things, you know, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can keep my computer cool here. But it's struggling, y'all. Let me know you can hear me, you can see me, and we are going to get rocking and rolling. Today, we got a cool conversation. You know, it's the thing y'all always want to talk about, so we're doing that. Also, I want to make sure to let y'all know that we are taking question and answer tonight. So if you've got questions, we're going to be getting into some, you know, we're going to get into some things tonight. So, yeah, just let me know you can hear me, you can see me, so we can rock. Okay. I got one person saying they can see me. Let's see if I can get my screen back. It's going to come back. You're going to come back. Okie dokie. All right, great. Thank you. Nina, I got some information for you too. Something you've been asking about since we started talking about the LifeWave patches. I got something for you. I'm gonna announce it a little bit later once we get the live stream going. But I hope you all had a great weekend. I got an opportunity to unwind a little bit, and but I've been working a lot this weekend, and I'm really excited to start getting some things back in order with our content. You know, we've been putting in a lot of effort to reorganize how we distribute content and things of that nature. And then, you know, I just had a lot of stuff that I've been working on outside of AHA. So this week coming up, my goal is to get back on track with content so that we're not just doing the one-off live streams, but we got our, you know, our core content coming back out. We just launched, well, we just finished up our live stream with the 5-2. Those people who did join us with the 5-2 fasting protocol. Very, very excited. We had a great call. It was probably like an hour and 30 something minutes. We definitely ran over, but it was just a great high energy call. We got a lot of good questions from the audience and from the community. And basically today I want to do the same thing here on YouTube. I want to talk to you guys about the proper way to lose weight. And I want to do it in a format that's more interactive tonight. So I have a question for you all, and the question is this: if we look at traditional wisdom, okay, traditional wisdom, y'all, that's my question, is if we're looking at traditional wisdom, what are the keys to weight loss? Now, that is not a rhetorical question. I'm asking you all that are in the chat, hit the like button for me. It's late, share the video out if you can, if you want to. It's late, get some people in here. But for now, we got a nice little bit of people. I want you guys to put in the chat. You could just, whatever you think. When it comes to weight loss, what are the keys to weight loss in a traditional sense? If you go to a nutritionist, if you go to a fitness influencer, or if you go to a doctor, I want to know, what is it that you guys believe they will say, or what have you experienced? What have you heard that they will say? Because I have in my mind what those things are, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. And then my goal tonight is to address traditional wisdom directly. We want to look at, what is it that traditional wisdom is telling us? What are the outcomes? What have we seen over the past, let's just say 20 years in the way of, outcomes? And then how can we improve on that? And the reason why I want to know what you guys think, or what have you heard traditional wisdom say, is because it's important to address things directly. I can talk about my way, but if you guys don't understand why my way is better than the other way, then it may, you might end up doing a hybrid. You might be looking at both options. When my uncle was sick, he had cancer. My grandma had already been on a health and wellness tip for years, decades at that time. So my grandma wanted to take him the health and wellness way: green juice, raw foods, supplements, natural things. The doctor wanted to take him the traditional way: chemo. It's really just chemo. I don't think there was anything else special that they were trying to, offer him in the way of solutions or treatments. It was just chemo. Well, my uncle figured, well, the best way is to get a little bit of both. I'll do the chemo and I'll do the green juice. That sounds logical, right? In a world where both options are beneficial, that sounds logical. But what if one option is detrimental and the other option is beneficial? And by doing the detrimental option, you cancel out the beneficial option. So when you put them both together, you get no benefit, right? Or you neutralize your benefit. Or what if you accelerate your decline by combining both these elements? So we need to understand, what is traditional wisdom saying? So I'm going to go to the chat here and see what you guys are saying. Okay, here we go. They're going to tell you to cut calories, cut carbs, join a gym, work out with weights, do lots of cardio. So exercise, cut calories, cut carbs, which that's, I don't know what food, what is a carb? What is a calorie? I don't know what that is. Where can I find it in nature? Where's the carb tree? Where's the calorie tree, right? So it sounds specific, but it's actually very general. That's actually very general. Here's another one: focus on protein. So if you want to lose weight, consume a lot of protein. I'm sure there's some science behind that. I gotta start putting these on the screen. All right, they'll say loss in excess of over 1 to 2 pounds a week is not healthy. Yeah, but that's not telling you how to lose weight. That's just saying that if you lose. So basically, this one's talking about extreme weight loss. So we could talk a little bit about that too. Is extreme weight loss dangerous? We'll kind of tuck that one away for later. Here's another one: exercise and food deficit. So you want to exercise and then put yourself in a caloric deficit, essentially. Okay, that's good. Here's another one. This one's crazy: eat all the time. Now, when I heard this, I was probably like 10 years old or something when I very first started hearing this. Eat small meals 6 times a day, right? That's essentially what we're talking about here. I thought that was absolutely ludicrous. And the interesting thing about it is, as a child listening to that, I thought, well, this is crazy. There's no way people think this makes sense. But yet, yes, they did. They did. They were doing it, right? Let's see if we got a couple more. Tradition says decrease calorie intake and increase activity. So calories in, calories out. That's essentially what that is. Calories in, calories out. Consistency. Yes, they are going to tell you consistency, but can be consistent with what? Consistency is so general. Of course, consistency is going to be required with whatever you do. You know, nothing's going to happen overnight. But the question is consistency with what? Drink lots of water, eats lots of hydrating fruits and vegetables and lean meats. I don't know where you heard that from, but I ain't never heard that one from the traditional. I've never heard that one from traditional outlets. Lean meats, yes. I have heard the lean meats part. I've definitely heard drink lots of water. The eat lots of hydrating fruits and vegetables from traditional outlets. I've never heard that. Here's an interesting one. They also prescribe horrible drugs like Ozempic. So utilize this weight loss drug or whatever. All right, so we've got a ton of them now. So to get everybody caught up to speed, what we're doing is we're talking about how do you lose weight. Now, before we talk about what's the correct way to lose weight, I want to look at what traditional wisdom tells us. If you guys look at the rate of obesity 50 years ago, you know, we're talking about an increase over the last 50 years of obesity of like 60%. It is absolutely insane how much more obese we are now than we were just 50 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. There are people on this call, if you think about your experience now, like when you go outside, you walk around, you look at the people now versus in the 70s. You could literally just you don't need statistical data to prove this. Use your own observable reality. So over the past 50 years, we have seen obesity go skyrocket, right? Now, obviously, we started to see issues with weight. You know, let's just say we started to really notice it in the 70s. And then we started to implement things to try to combat it. Okay. Well, what did we get? We got the food pyramid. So that's where you're going to find your carbs. They're going to tell you how much carbs to eat, how much fats to eat, how much sugars, and da 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 da. Then you had the explosion of the gyms, Gold's Gym, LA Fitness. You know, it was so interesting because people were going out and they were investing in going to the gym, and they were going to the gym. But what happened is, after going to the gym for 4 weeks, they see no results, so they quit. But the thing is, they think the reason they didn't see results is because of them. I didn't work hard enough. I didn't know the right exercise. I didn't push myself. I wasn't consistent enough. So what ends up happening is they keep their gym membership, but they don't go to the gym anymore because they figure, I'm going to keep my membership. Whenever I'm going to do better, when I do better at the gym, I'll go back. And so these businesses exploded because they were able to oversubscribe their gym by 1,000% because people would come for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month max, and then they wouldn't come back, but they'd still keep paying for their membership. But the logic behind it was that it's my fault. It's not the gym's fault. It's not the regimen's fault. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not pushing myself hard enough. So the blame went back on the person, which I guess makes sense logically, but maybe not so logical once we kind of unpack everything. What else? Well, calories in, calories out. It actually goes along with the reason why people blamed themselves for why they couldn't lose weight at the gym. Well, we're taught that 3,000 calories is what you need to consume to gain a pound. And so if you want to lose a pound, you just cut back 3,000 calories. Now, you're not going to cut back 3,000 calories in one day. It's going to take you several days, right? So over the course of several days, let's say that you are, let's say you're in a caloric deficit of 500 calories. No. Let's say 1,000 calories a day, right? You're in a deficit, 1,000 calories a day. So it's going to take you 3.5 days. We'll just call it 4 days to lose a pound, right? So then that means over the course of a week, you only have 7 days in a week, you're going to lose less than 2 pounds a week, right? So that's and all of that is considered like healthy. There was another comment saying that, if you lose more than 1 to 2 pounds a week, that's too much. So that all aligns with traditional wisdom. Okay. Now, the problem is, how is it that you have to lose? How do you put yourself in a caloric deficit? Well, first of all, you need to understand what a calorie is. Well, the traditional wisdom tells you that all calories are the same, meaning if you go and you look at a package, a Snickers bar package, and it says it's 200 calories per serving, and you don't look at the fine print and see there's actually 2 servings in that Snickers bar, and that's how they're going to trick you. So it's 200 calories per serving. You think, okay, you're already messed up because you don't look at the serving size. So you're looking at the calories and you're thinking, okay, it's only 200 calories. Boom, I can have one of these a day. No problem. The calories that come from that Snickers bar is the same calories that comes from an apple, right? So you're looking at the calories from a Snickers bar. You're looking at the calories from an apple and a salad and stuff. Well, the apple and the salad, that's nothing. There's no calories, right? So you can have that, no big deal. But you don't really want to eat healthy. That's not really the goal. The goal is to lose weight. So I'm gonna build my calories based off of Snickers bars and hamburgers and sandwiches, bologna sandwiches, and orange juice, but not like fresh squeezed. But I'm gonna buy Tropicana. We're gonna build all our calories off of these processed foods, right? And then you go into your caloric deficit. But you're eating all processed foods because there was no specificity. They're like calories in, calories out. It doesn't matter. A calorie is a calorie is a calorie. Okay. So now you're eating all the processed foods, but you're in a caloric deficit. Now what happens is you start to lose energy, right? You start to get lethargic. Your mind starts to play tricks on you. You're gonna be craving stuff. Your body starts to go into high alert because you're reducing the amount of food you're intaking, which means you're not sated. You're not feeling all warm and cozy inside. Plus, on top of that, you're getting empty calories, which, once again, we could talk about that a little bit more in a second. And so your body is like, Nick, what is this? I don't know what this is. I can't do nothing with this. So, but you're doing it. You're being consistent. That was another thing, right? Got to be consistent. So you're doing it. You're being consistent. So 1 week, boom, you're in a caloric deficit, 1,000 calories a day or whatever. Okay. Then on top of that, you're going to the gym and you're striving, and you're losing weight very slowly, but you're losing weight. You're losing because you go to the gym and you burn 400 calories or whatever. Let's say 500 calories. Let's just say 500 calories. To keep the math simple. So you're in a caloric deficit of 1,000. You're burning 500 calories at the gym. So now you're in a deficit of 1,500 calories. So now you're losing almost 2 pounds a week, right? And that's safe. That's safe weight. And over the course of a month, you drop less than 10 pounds. Just think about how difficult that all is. First, you got to count your calories. You got to figure out what to eat. You're going to put yourself on a regimen. You're not going to like it. You're not going to feel sated. You're not going to feel nourished. And you're not even going to feel like, how when you eat and you get in a food coma, you're not even going to get that because you're not eating enough of the garbage to put you in a food coma. So you feel crappy. You're craving. On top of that, you're exercising. You're working your butt off. You're putting in all this effort, and you're getting less than 10 pounds a month. That's why you quit the gym. It doesn't work. Now, of course, you've got those outliers who can eat broccoli with no seasoning, rice with no seasoning, chicken breast with no seasoning, and they can eat it every single day, and they eat it once a day, and then they work out and boop, 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 and they can do that. But that is such a small percentage of people that most people find this not to be sustainable, right? So you're putting in maximum effort and getting the minimum output. You're losing less than 10 pounds a month. When you're putting in all of this work, no wonder we continue to get bigger. So then you get upset, Or let's take that out. Let's just say life happens. Let's say it sucks, but you're doing it. You're going to work, boom. All of a sudden, your schedule changes. Or your AC goes out. You got to pick up a couple extra hours. Something in your lifestyle changes, and now it's not as easy to maintain your schedule. Your regimen is thrown off. You used to go to the gym right after work at 3 o'clock. Now you're getting off work at 4:30 because you picked up a couple hours. Oh no, now you hit rush hour traffic. Now you've added an extra hour commute to your day, right? Throws your whole thing off. Okay, that also happens. Do you guys see how the traditional wisdom creates an uphill battle? Yes. Can you see some results from it? Absolutely. Yes. Is there a very small amount of people that can get benefit from this and do it and be successful and lose 100 pounds? Yes. We see those transformations, but they're one in a million, almost literally, right? They're so rare. So the problem is this system doesn't work well. It's not efficient. It's not optimal. And you're given a lot of bad advice. And then the worst part about it is you're told it's your fault. Nobody blames the nutritional advice. Nobody blames the fitness gurus. Nobody's blaming the doctors. It's all your fault. You're not being strict enough. You're giving in to cravings. You're mentally weak. And then what happens? You start looking at, once again, what we talk about, Ozempic. Okay, traditional routes aren't working the way that I want. What else is out there? What's an alternative? Well, there's a medication. That's the next place we go. There's a medication I could take. There's Slim Fast. There's Weight Watchers. Now we're trying to do something else, right? And it kind of gets into the slightly more alternative stuff, but still pretty mainstream. And that might give us a little bit of benefit, but then of course that maxes out, right? And now you hit the dreaded plateau. So you stumble and fumble. It doesn't work the traditional route. You go to a slightly alternative route. You get a little bit more benefit. Maybe you combine the two, and then you plateau. Y'all know about that plateau. It happens every time. And what do they tell you? Oh, it's your fault. You ain't mixed it up. The body's adapting. It's getting used to your regimen. You got to change it up. So now you got to take this atrocious schedule that you've already put together and got used to and change it up in order to keep seeing. It's ridiculous. No wonder none of us are successful with this. It's absurd. So the first thing that is the problem is calories in, calories out doesn't work because all calories are not created equal. All right. This is the first thing we need to understand. Calories in, calories out would potentially work if you understood the difference in calories. The calories from a Snickers bar is not the same as the calories from an orange. Now, first of all, calories are just a unit of measurement anyway. There's no calorie tree. You can't go somewhere and get calories. It's just a unit of energy. But what we have to look at is how the energy, what form the energy comes in, and how the body can absorb the energy. When we test for calories and stuff, this is synthetic. This is not organic energy. Your body's not using this food as energy. So it's not the energy your body uses. That's the first mistake. With an orange, you can actually get true energy, right? Organic energy, natural energy that comes from the sun. Because remember, all your fruits and vegetables are just condensed sunlight anyway. And so the body can actually absorb and use that. Plus, you get the nutrients from it and you get the water. Somebody mentioned earlier that traditional wisdom said drink lots of water, eat hydrating fruits and vegetables, eat lean meats. Now, once again, the lean meats part is the only thing I've really seen talked about more traditionally. But all the other stuff is stuff that I would say, drink lots of water, but also get your hydrating fruits and vegetables. That's where you're really going to get the most of your water. If you want to eat meat, then I'm going to tell you, yeah, sure, lean meats, but you want to make sure that you're getting your meat from an organic farmer. You want to make sure your meat is sourced well, right? Because there is processed meat as well, right? You got hot dogs, hamburgers, patties and sausages and even your quote unquote prime cuts of meat. They don't be prime cuts of meat. They be processed, so you got to look at all of that. So understanding that there is a difference between the calories from an apple and the calories from a Snickers bar, That really is a game changer. Well, first of all, the calories you get from an apple, I mean, what is it? It's not comparable to a Snickers bar. If pound for pound, you're going to get a lot more energy, sustenance, and benefit from an apple than you would from a Snickers. It's just it's not even comparable. And also, the Snickers is probably going to make you more hungry. Like, it's going to satisfy you in real time to some degree, but then like an hour later, you're going to be like, it's like I didn't eat anything, right? They're empty calories. This is why, the Chinese food and MSG and all that, people were like really against MSG, because the belief was that MSG was causing you to feel sated when you really weren't. And so you would eat, I'm sorry. It would cause you to, it would cause you to, like, you couldn't get sated. You would eat, you couldn't get sated. So you'd eat. You just never felt satisfied. That's what it was. And so then it would cause you to eat more, which is a great business model. Like if I'm a food company or whatever, a restaurant, the more food my people eat, the more money I make. That's all good. So once we understand that we're going to get more sated, more energy, all benefit, hydration, water, blah, 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 from eating the fruits versus like, a Snickers bar or Chinese food or whatever, then we can start making better decisions. So if you want to start counting calories, which at this point we throw it out the window, you don't even need to, because how hard is it going to be for you to get 3,000 calories of oranges every day? Like, outside of you juicing, and really juicing is going to change the caloric intake, but it's really hard to get all of those calories in if you're just eating a watermelon or cucumbers. So now you can throw the whole calories in out the window, calories in, calories out the window, because what you're eating has a completely different impact on your body, and it's really difficult to eat 10,000 calories of fresh fruit and raw food. Like it's I mean, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, because some of these people out here in these eating competitions be eating. I'm like, bro, how? But it's virtually impossible. You're not gonna do it. The average person is not gonna eat 10,000 calories of fruits and vegetables. But if you could do it, you just simply be on the bathroom a lot. You'd be flushing your system a lot. See, the other big difference is not just the calories and like the energy, but it's how the body processes the food. That's the biggest difference, right? Because if you could process out a Snickers bar, even though it was dead calories and just basically had no nutritional value, if you could process it out of your system rapidly to where it doesn't get to sit and fester and collect and whatever, then it would have a minimal impact on your system. But that's what happens with fruits and vegetables. If you eat only apples, oranges, grapes, watermelons, avocados, whatever, you're just going to eat it. It's going to come right out. You're going to have a huge bowel movement. You might stuff your toilet, but your body's going to be empty, and you would be far better off. Like, if you were going to, and I tell people this all the time because they talk about refeeding syndrome and eating out of control. And I'm like, okay, if that's true, if you really do have this disorder where you can't stop eating, eat oranges, eat watermelon, eat cucumbers. The reality is it's not that simple. It's not about you just can't stop eating whatever. You can't stop eating the processed foods. You're addicted. You're addicted to drugs. It's the drugs and the chemicals in the food that you can't stop eating. I know it sounds harsh, but you're no different from the heroin addict. That's really what's happening. And we don't want to have that conversation, because now we got to get real with ourselves. It's easy to say, oh, this person over here is addicted to a hard drug, a street drug, right? And they're a bad person and they're ruining their life. Well, what's the difference between the guy who shoots up every night and the guy that shoots up with Twinkies? The difference is one is socially acceptable and one is not. That's the only difference. They are both very detrimental. Make no mistake, morbid obesity is going to kill you. It's going to take your life quicker than you should. It's going to decrease your lifespan. Now, some of us grew up in the hood. We know that crackhead who's been on crack for 50 years and they still kicking. So you might be able to argue that crack has less of a detrimental effect. Me and my brothers, well, actually, yeah. Me and my brothers, we were talking earlier today about the body positivity movement, because we saw a video of Lizzo. Apparently she had took a break from social media, and I guess now she's back. I don't really know the full story, but she took a break from social media because of cyberbullying or whatever. And now she's back and she's lost some weight, right? She's working out, blah, blah, blah. She's whatever. She's making improvements. She's looking better. And it made me think, hey, what happened to the body positivity movement? Because she was the queen, right, of the body positivity movement. And I'm like, it's pretty much all died out. And then, one of my brothers is like, no, it's completely dead. And it clicked. I said, why did the body positivity movement die out? Because all of the body positivity people died. And this is not me being funny. They literally died. All of the people, the morbidly obese people that were pushing this agenda of accept yourself, love your body for whatever, for how you are, whatever their rhetoric was, they started dropping like flies and the movement literally died because all the leaders died. Because the reality is you could pretend like it's loving your body to be morbidly obese and stuff your face. You could pretend like that's loving your body, but that's not really what's happening. It's really being a victim, and it's really playing into depression and mental dis-ease and just it's no different as if like people who are on hard drugs had like their own version of AA where it was a support group and people supported people in being addicted, and they made excuses for why you should stay addicted to drugs. That's exactly what the body positivity movement was. And now you're seeing how encouraging people to eat and engorge themselves and love their obese body has now literally it took care of itself. And I promise I'm not being funny. Like, it's literally, this is what happened. And I got a lot of flack when I originally, spoke out against this movement and now it's gone because the people are dying. And now you see people are seeing exactly what I was talking about. Okay. So it's not cool to be obese. It has nothing to do with loving your body. That has nothing to do with accepting your body or loving yourself. It's the complete opposite. And so now you see the queen of it changing her ways because she's seeing all these people dying. So exercise. What is the issue with exercise in this equation? Well, there's not really much of an issue except for the fact that people are led to believe through propaganda that exercise is the reason why you're losing this weight. For example, back to Lizzo. Why, when Lizzo posted her weight loss difference, her before and after, in both videos, she's working out. She's lifting, she's doing, what I'm saying? She's exercising. So when people post and they talk about their transformations, they only post, and I'm not saying only, but the majority of time you're going to see them in the gym. You might see a snip of them eating something. You might see it. But let's be honest. Mostly you're seeing the transformations. It's in the gym. They're in the gym. They got the sweatsuit on. They're pumping iron. They're running. They're doing all this cardio. And this is not how you lose weight. This is not how you lose weight optimally, at least. If you don't have a diet that complements all of that movement, you're going to be obese still. Lizzo, she danced, she was an actor or whatever. She's a performer. She's active. It wasn't about her activity. It was about her poor eating habits, which kept her obese, right? So we really need to focus and highlight more about, what we're eating, what we're putting in our body. That needs to be the number one thing. If you guys are looking to lose weight, the way you're going to do it, 90%, 95% of it is going to be how you eat, right? When you do eat. Now, obviously, we've got a secret weapon. We've got fasting. We talk about fasting. We got a secret weapon. But when we look at the traditional methods, you start using Ozempic and things like that. Are you going to lose weight? Yes, you are. But this goes back to what we talked about. We've been talking about for years now. People will say, Chris, what's the quickest way to lose 20 pounds? I'm like, well, your arm is probably about 12 pounds right there. You cut that off, boom. If you decide to cut a leg off, you could probably lose the 20 pounds today. The goal is not losing weight. The goal is losing weight in a healthy way. If you just want to lose weight, you could literally smoke crack. They are very skinny. Crackheads, I've never seen an obese crackhead. You lose a lot of weight that way. It's not about just losing the weight. How you lose it matters. So now when you start going to the drugs, they may not be considered street drugs, but they are drugs nonetheless. Let's not make a mistake about that. And so with every drug, there's a side effect, right? Well, the side effect of using Ozempic to lose weight is that you lose muscle mass. It's the thing that everyone claims happens when you fast is actually happening when you use these drugs that are super popular. I mean, Ozempic was so popular that they couldn't keep it in stock and they started to sell the generic brand stuff. I don't know how much they stocked this stuff, but it was so popular they couldn't keep it in stock. Fasting ain't never got that popular. Why? Because it's not a shot. If fasting was a shot, everybody be doing it. But it's not a shot. And because it's not a shot, that means there's work, effort. You need to understand things. You need to understand how to prep for it. How do you build your fasting method? How do you do it safely? How do you refeed? That's a whole entire thing you got to learn and understand. Whereas with Ozempic, you just take the shot. Most of y'all aren't even reading the label. Most of y'all you're not even taking the doses properly. Or you're giving yourself extra doses thinking you'll get more benefit out of it. Yeah, I know. Whew, man. I don't know where this came from. AHA After Dark, y'all. Hit the like button, man. Share this out. Today we are talking about how to lose weight. How do you lose weight? What is the proper way to do it? What is what traditional wisdom has told us versus what actually works in real life? When we look at the past 50 years, traditional wisdom has been telling us, take Ozempic, go to the gym, cardio, sweat it out, right? That's why they designed those sweatsuits, those sauna suits. You put the sauna suit on, you go hit that cardio, you cardio for an hour, you take the suit off, boom. A pound of water just rushes off you. Literally. What does that do to your body? Well, what is something that we see with traditional weight loss in spades? What do we see happen? All right, let's go back to the chat. What is something that you all see in traditional weight loss? When you lose weight the traditional way, right? We talk about that percentage of people that are successful losing weight using traditional methods. What is the big thing we see? Okay, dehydration, yes, but what does dehydration lead to? Can anybody tell me what happens when you lose 50 pounds, 70 pounds, 100 pounds using traditional methods? All of the crap we talked about before, the crazy caloric diet, the crazy cardio, the cravings and everything that we do, what do we experience? There it is. Saggy skin. Loose skin. Loose skin is the result. So for all of your effort and everything that you've done, and don't get me wrong, salute to those people. If you can lose 100 pounds traditionally, you're a better man, better woman than I am. You get what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm a woman. I'm just saying you're a better man if you're a man for me. And I'm saying you're a great woman if you could do that, okay? I don't identify as a woman. But my point is, you're incredible. You should be a professional athlete. If you have the consistency and the mindset, and I mean, I don't even know what that takes. I've never done that. I like to work smart. I like to work. Listen, I am very for work smart and not hard. I am very much for that, okay? I want the outcomes as seamlessly as possible. And this is not a slight. If you have done that, I'm telling you, you are a great person. You really should take your talents and go do something with it. You should go make money or something, because that is not easy to do. And the mass majority of people fail. And then if you're able to maintain it, oh my God, I mean, you're literally, you're probably an Olympic, you have an Olympic gold medalist mindset. Y'all probably never heard that before, but it's true. That's how hard it is. Now, I wanted to make that comparison because there are Olympians out there. There are people out. You got Simone Biles, who's the most decorated Olympian of all time. So you have people that have done it. That exists, But what percentage of the population is at that level? So we got to talk about what is going to work for the mass majority of people, right? Now, I did say I was going to touch on the comment about the 1 pound to 2 pound is safe weight loss. Anything more than that. If you're losing 5-10 pounds a week, that's extreme weight loss. That's dangerous. I'm going to touch on that briefly just because it was brought up. The reason why losing more than 2-3 pounds a week traditionally is considered extreme weight loss is because of exactly what I just told you all. It is the methodology to lose that much weight. If you are able to lose 4 to 5 pounds a week consistently using the traditional methods, you're probably doing something that's going to hurt you. That's why they say that that's extreme weight loss. It's not because you can't lose the weight. It's because if you do it using traditional methods, you're probably going to hurt yourself. You probably are going to cause yourself permanent damage. You're probably going to impact your muscle development. You're probably going to impact your health, your heart health. You probably are going to destroy your metabolism, because in order to do that, to lose that much weight using traditional methods, you've got to destroy your body. It's basically, like I said, smoking crack or something. Like, I'm not joking. Like, you got to do something extreme. Once again, smoking crack is just a euphemism, but like, you could take Ozempic though. And Ozempic has side effects. So if you're getting that type of result from it, what are the side effects? What are the repercussions? That's the reason why they say that losing more than 2-3 pounds a week is extreme weight loss, because of the methodology. Now, if we are using fasting, if we're using proper dietary strategy, if we're using hydration techniques to lose weight, then the sky's the limit, because you're doing it in the right way. You're doing it in the right way. It's a difference from doing something the wrong way and doing it the right way. Well, what else happens when you lose weight the right way? You don't get loose skin. See, everybody believes that you have to get loose skin. They think that it doesn't matter how you lose it. When you lose it that fast, you have to get loose skin. Why? Because people are promoting only the most popular ways to lose weight, the traditional way, right? Now, when you start talking about fasting, you talking about dietary strategy. Oh, that's too hard. Oh, that's extreme. Oh, wait, you're telling me that the extreme way to lose weight is fasting, something completely natural. Something completely natural. Like, that's the extreme way. But eating processed foods, putting yourself in a caloric deficit, exercising, cardio, wearing sauna suits, that's the right way. Using all of this modern technology and all of these modern foods and all these modern techniques, that's the right way. But the natural thing, the way that our body is designed to work, that's the extreme way, the taboo way. Nah. No. Yeah, they want you to have skin removal surgery. Listen to me, my people. If you do not look at the big picture, if you do not understand that the pharmaceutical companies, the governments, the news outlets, all of the people that are giving you your traditional wisdom, they are all in cahoots. The industries that caused you to gain the weight in the first place has a deal, a backdoor deal with the industries that are going to give you the solution to the problem that they caused. It's literally, I'm going to cause a problem and I'm going to offer the solution for that problem. That is what's called a win-win. The only person that loses in that is you, because you're ignorant of what's happening. You think that the obesity rate in America is a natural progression of society. You think people are just lazy. People are just complacent. People aren't trying. They're not consistent enough. They're overeating. That's what's being purported. Well, that's where the news outlets come in, right? Because the news is going to tell you that you're lazy, that you're not mentally tough, that you're not consistent, that you're not trying. Hey, try Ozempic. Hey, try Slim Fast. Hey, try this Noom, whatever. They're going to give you all the bad advice. You know why? Because once again, when we look at the big picture, the news outlets are owned by the pharmaceutical companies that are owned by the same companies that are manufacturing the foods. They're all owned by the same organization. They're all one organization. It's a massive organization. It's so big, it's hard to trace who owns it. But I'm telling you, the same people that own the pharmaceutical company owns the news outlets, all of the news outlets. Like literally outside of your independent news outlets and social media, which obviously they own the platforms, but they don't own the brands necessarily on the platforms. Outside of those, all your mainstream news outlets, your manufacturing warehouses, Kellogg's and all them people, they're all owned by the same company. So it's very easy to manipulate. Are you guys familiar with a term called astroturfing? Does anybody know what astroturfing is? Astroturfing is the ability, it's to use propaganda and social media and manipulate outcomes. Okay, so what happens is you listen to the news, and on the news, there's a segment where the CEO of Kellogg says, eating cereal for dinner is the new thing. Not only is it healthy, but it is cheap and it's easy. It's quick, it's cheap, it's easy, it's healthy. Breakfast for dinner is the new thing. We're eating cereal. Now, if you've ever had a bowl of Raisin Bran Crunch or Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops or whatever your favorite bowl of cereal is, you might think, yo, that actually sounds pretty good. Hey, I ain't making that much money. Times is rough. Inflation's through the roof. Housing price. That actually sounds like a good idea. So you start eating Raisin Bran for dinner. Okay? And don't forget your Raisin Bran's fortified with iron, right? So it's got all your nutrients and everything you need in it. And then because you eat Raisin Bran, you got to have cereal, right? You got to have milk. So you're going to get your dairy's milk. You want to get your vitamin D milk. All of these foods are toxic. None of them have nutritional value. And you're going to eat it for dinner, which you're eating crap throughout the day. Now you're having cereal for dinner. And now you develop a disease. We don't need to say a specific disease. We'll just say you develop a disease. Okay. So the news tricked you into developing a disease by eating cereal every night for dinner. So then you go to your doctor. You say, hey, doc, I got this new disease. I don't know where it comes from because you're not making the correlation between the cereal you're eating because it's healthy. You already know that's good. And now you got this new disease. The doctor's not going to say, hey, have you changed anything in your diet? Because why would he? He's in cahoots. Remember, this is all, everybody's working together. So he's going to say, well, the pharmaceutical rep just brought in this new pill. It's called ABC. And if you take ABCs, it'll help you lickety split. So you being a well-studied, person, modern person, you say, okay, doc, sounds good. Let me do some research on it. Okay. So now you go to Google and you said, does ABC help with my disease? And Google says, why, yes. Not only does it help with your disease, here's a Facebook group of all these people who have already been using ABC and is being helped by the medication. So now you're seeing them, you're seeing it, you're okay, you're seeing these reviews look good, da. Then as you're eating your bowl of cereal that night, because the algorithm is paying attention to everything, a commercial rolls for ABC drug. It's going to help you with your disease. And now you're sold. You've gone through the full gauntlet, right? You've gone through the full process. So now you start purchasing the drug, you start taking it, and you're off to the rest of your symptoms. Because while it might treat the one symptom that you have, it's going to create 2-3 new symptoms. And that's going to create a revolving door for the whole industry. Now, everybody's in cahoots. Google is in cahoots. Facebook is in cahoots. So they create a fake Facebook group or whatever with actors in there talking about this drug and how great it is so that it ranks on Google. Google pushes it. The algorithm tells the networks, they need to get the ad. So you see the ad. The doctor is talking to the pharmaceutical rep. Well, we know they scratch each other's back. And the news outlet is teaching you the bad information to begin with. And they're all owned by the same people. It's insane. It's intelligent. It's a great business model. I wish I could invest, but it's bad for you. It's bad for you. So we have to break out of that entire ecosystem. We got to go to alternatives. We got to say, okay, something's not working. Everybody's getting sick. No one's able to lose weight. No one's able to be successful. They keep pushing the Olympic gold medal mindset people, the 1 or 2 people out of a million who are able to do it, to show you it is possible, right? But it's like, but it ain't working for me, and it don't work for my friends. And then they'll give you a clinical study that says that this thing helps and blah, 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 but it ain't working in real life. That's the problem. So once we break free of that ecosystem that they built, then we're able to see for the first time, we're like, oh, that's why it didn't work. Well, because the cereal is fortified with iron, but it's fortified with actual inorganic, non-organic iron. We're talking about real metal shavings. When they say it's fortified with iron, we're not talking about organic iron that you would get from a plant like a spinach or something. We're talking about what you would build a house with, or a car, or whatever, a building. We're talking about metal, like not plant iron. That's not what's in there. And then you find out that there's fillers in there. It's literally like wood shavings and, some type of cellulose. There's something in there that's just nothing that your body can use, just filler, And then you find out there's all these drugs in the milk. There's antibiotics in the milk. There's vaccines in the milk. There's blood and pus in the milk. And that's going in your body. And it's all just making this toxic sludge of an environment for your insides. So frustrating. And then I come along and I say, if you want to have cereal, make your cereal from scratch and then make your own milk. And you guys are like, I ain't doing that. That's too much work. Well, this is the reason why you can't get the outcomes. I love ice cream. I used to eat a half a gallon of ice cream every week. When I changed my diet, I stopped eating ice cream because I stopped eating it because I'm like, I figured out what was all in it, gum and all this other craziness. And it's addictive, by the way. Ice cream and cheese and dairy. It's addictive. It's addictive. It's addictive. It's why people are dealing with all of this addictive eating. And I thought I could never eat it again. And then I figured out I can make it from scratch and make it healthy. And I said, you know what? I really do enjoy ice cream. I'm just going to make it from scratch whenever I want it. And that's what I did. So now I can still enjoy what I like, but I don't crave it anymore, which means I don't have it nearly as much. And when I do want it, I make it and it comes out. I don't get gassy. I don't be all in my stomach, all in knots. I don't be pooping out diarrhea. Like, I don't got to go through none of that stuff. It's an easy transition. I get nutrients from the food. Everything's great. I'm not gaining weight. It's not altering my mental. There's so many benefits of making food from scratch. Why has our weight increased so dramatically over the past 100 years? Because we don't have gardens anymore. We don't farm anymore. We don't even go to the farmer's market and buy our food anymore. We don't have the milkman deliver our milk anymore. We're going to grocery stores, once again, which are owned by Megacorp, the mega corporation that owns everything. We're getting it all from them. All your health food. Do you guys understand? I've said this so many times, but I don't think y'all hear me. The nutritional industry is $1 billion industry, right? Supplements, protein shakes, powders, all of this stuff. When you go to the nutritional aisle in a grocery store, all of those products and everything, they're made by the same companies that make the bull as well. The same company that's processing the food that you would think is unhealthy also processes the food that you think is healthy. All your vitamins and supplements, those gel caps and stuff, all that synthetic crap you guys put in your body thinking you're putting something healthy in your body, it's made by the same companies that make the Skittles. And the technology is the same technology, the same technology that makes the pharmaceutical drugs that you know are bad for you are the same. It's the same technology that makes the vitamins, man. It's the same technology. They're just labeling it different. How, if the stuff worked, how are they making so much money off of it? Why are we not getting better? Why are we consuming more and more and more and more and more of it? If it was working, we would consume less of it. The industry wouldn't grow so rapidly. It doesn't make sense logically. If it worked, meaning if it resolved your issue. When I was taking supplements, I felt like I was wasting my time. I felt like I was wasting my money. I couldn't prove it because, as we all know, you take the supplements now for the results later. That's the dream they sell us. If I'm going to supplement today, it's so that I can live a healthier life when I'm 60. I'm not going to see the benefits of it today. Well, no, that's just a scam. You're going to supplement today and get no benefits later, but it's too late by then. They already made their money. One of days ain't doing nothing for you. I'm just telling you. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I used to take them too. I used to take the one-a-days, the Flintstone vitamins. I hated the Flintstone vitamins. They were so nasty. They were so trifling. Shoot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them Flintstones, when they first came out, they were so nasty. And we giving our babies this stuff. Also, I just realized my camera went out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me some grace now. Give me some grace. Let me get my camera going again. I'm going to have to get a new computer. Hey, can y'all like this video so I can afford a new computer? I appreciate that. Yeah, our food, all of the food, we're not eating natural food. And then here is the worst part. For those who are going to be savvy and they're like, nah, I know better. I'm going to get natural food. You go to the store to get the organic stuff, but it's GMO. And you don't realize organic doesn't mean organic. It don't mean what you think. It means, it has less pesticide residue. It's not the product that you think. It's not what our grandparents would have been eating, right? That's why it's so important to have community gardens and all that stuff. You ever wonder how come with all this land we have, I mean, we've got a front yard and a backyard. Why is there not a fruit tree? Why is there not a watermelon, a strawberry patch, or, some cucumbers growing, some dill, or just onions, potatoes, kale? Like, why don't we have tomatoes just growing? We got all these manicured lawns with no food in sight. And there's people that are homeless or starving, or there's people that are struggling to put food on the table, and you have land in front of your house. How did we get to a place in society where you literally have land in your front yard, in your backyard, and you're hungry? How did that happen? It's as if we don't know where food comes from, which is exactly what's happening. One of my colleagues, he's a puppeteer, and he works with very young children. And one day he asked them, hey, y'all, where does a hamburger come from? Oh, McDonald's, a package, Burger King. No, hamburgers come from cows. What? That's a cow? They didn't know a hamburger came from a cow. They didn't know a pork chop came from a pig. They didn't know where do vegetables come from. Oh, a can. Go to the grocery store, you get it, comes in a can. They didn't know vegetables grew in the ground. So this is not me just being crazy. The children literally don't know where food comes from, y'all. Who is teaching them that? Who is allowing them to think that food comes from a can, or food comes from McDonald's, or food only comes from a grocery store, or food gets delivered by Amazon? We are the ones that are teaching them that. They don't know that unless we teach them that. It's normal to think that food comes from land and from nature and you can see it with your eyes. You have to be tricked and manipulated to believe it comes somewhere else. And we are negligent. We are allowing our children to believe that food comes from a restaurant. This is literally the inception of Idiocracy. If you guys have not seen Idiocracy, you got to watch Idiocracy. You have to. You have to watch Idiocracy. If you guys have not seen that movie, watch Idiocracy. In Idiocracy, one of the most absurd things is they can't grow food. They can't grow food. They don't know why the crops are all dying. The reason why they don't understand why the crops aren't able to survive is because they're giving the crops Gatorade. They're giving the crops Gatorade because the propaganda has gotten so far out of control, and the children have been neglected with their knowledge so much over so many generations that they think Gatorade is what plants need. They don't realize that the plants need water. And so they can't keep the crops alive. Now, you think that's absurd, Chris. There's no way. But I just told you there's a group of children that think vegetables come from a can. We're not that far away. How did we get here in the first place? There was a time in America, I'll say, when everybody had a garden. It was weird if you didn't grow your own food. That was not a thing. Everybody had a garden or a farm. There was a time when people would say, why would I go to the grocery store and buy a tomato for a nickel when I can grow it myself? There was a time when that was the rhetoric. Why would I go to the grocery store and get milk and I have a cow? Do you understand? There was a time when people had that discussion. There was a time in the not so far past when that was the discussion being had. Why would I buy a microwave when I have an oven? There was a time when people are like, why would I buy this machine that churns butter for me when I can do it myself? There was a time when that was the silly thing. The silly thing was, why would I spend money on a washing machine when I can go down to the river? There was a time. So you think Idiocracy is silly, and there's no way that would ever happen. I'm here to tell you something different. That same company, that megacorp that controls and manipulates everything, they want that to happen. They want you all to be dependent on them for everything. They want you to. Do you all realize that there was a time when there was no electricity bill? There was not an electricity bill. That is new. Electricity bills are new. Why did we forget that electricity bills are new? Because we've all been led to believe we need them. We gotta have electricity. No, you don't gotta have electricity because electricity bills are new. Car insurance is new. Like all this stuff that we think. I was having a conversation with a friend about her daughter going to school without her cell phone. The dad doesn't want the daughter to go to school with the cell phone. The mom thinks it's okay for the daughter to go to school with the cell phone. Well, why does the mom want the daughter to go to school with the cell phone? Well, because anything can happen. Got to be able to get in touch with me. You don't know what can happen at school. Well, it wasn't even 50 years ago. Cell phones didn't exist. When I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones. Like they existed, but we didn't have them. Now in middle school, everybody's got a cell phone and they got to have it because what happens if you don't? What do you mean what happens if you don't? The same thing that would have happened 20 years ago when they didn't exist. You would have used a landline and you would have called home, or somebody who was your responsible for you would have had your emergency contact information. They would have made the call for you. It's like we forgot how to exist without these modern conveniences. That's how they get us. All right, y'all. I've had a long day. This conversation has gone way off the rails. Why is it so far off the rails? Because I'm on all these new therapies. And they're working. They're working. So what can we do to streamline our weight loss? Let's get down to the meat and potatoes. No pun intended. Dietary strategy is going to be absolutely number one, in my opinion. This is me being a wellness coach for the past almost 10 years, also being on my own wellness journey, and not one of them fluffy, oh, it sounds good, theoretical. I'm talking we get the job done. We get the job done. So the most impacting factor is your diet, what you put in your mouth. You need to understand what real food is, where to get it, how to discern between real food and fake food, what's the balance, where can you have a little leeway? You got to figure that all out. That takes time, intention. You got to be intentional. There's no shortcut for that. I'm telling you right now, there's no shortcut for it. I'm going to give you guys some amazing tools here in a second. But what I'm telling you now is there is no shortcut around eating properly. That is the reason why they embedded the food pyramid into our lives as children. When the food pyramid came out, who did they market it to? I want y'all to interact with me. I want you to tell me, when the food pyramid came out, who was it marketed to? What age group was it marketed to? I need to know. Before I move on, I need to know where y'all are at. In the chat, tell me. I'm going to put the answer on the screen for you. Children. It was marketed to children. Does that make sense to you logically? If you're the adult and you're the one that's going to be purchasing the food that's supposed to be healthy, why wouldn't they market it to you as the adult? Why would they market the food pyramid to children? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I'm going to tell you why. Because their eye is on the prize, and the prize is the future, and the children are the future. If they want to increase their profits, if they want to increase their shares, if they want to make more money, if they want to have more control, they got to get the children. They ain't worried about y'all. The reason why I brought up my colleague that does the puppeteering and the children is because they are the future. The children are the ones that are going to create idiocracy, not us. It's the children. They are going to poison. They're going to attack. They are going to go for your children. They are not worried about you. You'll be dead in 50 years. It's the children. The children are going to usher in the new age, the new era. The children are the ones we have to protect. To this very day, y'all, I want you all to do an experiment. I want you to go to your grocery store. Go to your local. Go check out a couple different grocery stores, and I want you to put yourself, your physical body. I want you to lower your eyes to the height of a 5-year-old child. I want you to lower your eyes or lower your physical body to the height of a 5-year-old child, and I want you to walk down each aisle. And then I want you to record what you see at the eye level of a 5-year-old child. And that will tell you everything you need to know. That is who they are. That's who they're looking for. That's who they're targeting, because the children become adults and the adults become the consumers. And the consumers and the adults, those are the people that are going to shape and manipulate our future and our reality. But it starts with the seed. And this is why it's so important. When you get healthy, you're not getting healthy just for you. It's not just for you. It's greater than you. It is your lineage. It is the future. It is the children. And it's not even just your children. There are children that observe you in your workplace as you commute. There are children watching always. They're always watching. They're the most observant creatures. The way that you interact in this environment impacts them. It impacts their decision making. It impacts what they think expectations are, what's okay, what's not okay. You are always being watched. Children see everything and they remember. So when you are doing your transformation video and you post it on YouTube, you post it on Facebook, children are seeing that. When you go to church and the little girl that was just born 3 years ago sees you go from being 300 pounds to 150 pounds, she sees that. She remembers that. But she also sees you when you was 150 pounds, you was a pretty lady, and now you're overweight, you're obese. They also see when the mothers of the church are dying at 55, 60 years old. They see that as well. Everything is programming them. So don't think just because you don't have children, or maybe that you're done having children, or that your children are adults and on their own, that it doesn't matter. It matters. Everything you do matters. If you felt like you didn't get what you wanted from this reality, from this life, you felt like things should have been better, why didn't somebody fight? Why didn't someone do? Why is the world the way it is? It's because of you. It's because of your lack of accountability, your lack of self-awareness, your lack of ability to see the big picture. It's your fault that the world is the way it is. But because it's your fault and because you can take accountability for that, you can also change the projection. If you take accountability for why the world is the way it is, you also now have the power. You can take back the power to change the way we're going. It's not about playing the name game, the blame game. It's about taking accountability so we can grab control, so we could do better, so we can put our children on a different path. Right. So dietary strategy is number one. Yes, you want to eat the whole foods. Yeah, whole food diet is number one. That's key when it comes to dietary strategy. Even if you're eating meat or whatever, whole food is the key. All right. We're going to keep that general. You guys can research that and understand that better, but it does include meat as well. Then you want to adopt a therapy that works for you. Fasting is what we promote. There's different ways to do it. It's a natural process. I think that it'd be great for you to adopt. Now, fasting gets challenging. Detox symptoms, they really make you feel sick. They make you feel like, okay, I can't do this. So what are some ways that you can mitigate detox symptoms? Number one, you can prep. That's the cheap and easy way. What your prep is also going to include healthy dietary strategy. So we're right back to dietary strategy again. Healthy dietary strategy is also going to include your hydration, right? Because you're going to drink your water, you're going to eat your water. Now, there are some tools that you could use to help you with your preparation. There's some tools you could use to help you with your fasting. We're going to briefly talk about some of these, and then we're going to move on. I recently announced that our appetite suppressant tea was available in the shop. It's been a long journey, 8 months in the making, but we finally got the appetite suppressant tea in stock. And for those of you who have purchased, thank you so much. Your orders are en route or they're going out Monday. So everybody's all caught up. If you guys want to grab the appetite suppressant tea, you go to ahealthyalternative.org. You go to the shop, you can grab the tea. Now, what the tea is going to do is it's going to suppress your appetite. It's not going to eliminate your appetite. It's not going to make you lose weight magically. It is going to suppress your appetite. It is a tool you can use in conjunction with proper dietary strategy, detoxification, and fasting to aid you. It is not magic. However, some people might think that. We've got some really good reviews from the appetite suppressant tea. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I'm going to throw the link in the chat for you to make it easy. I'm going to streamline it. If you guys want to grab a bag or two, it is what resonates with our community more than anything else. People in our community, they love herbs. We are a natural people. We love herbs. We're sun people. So I think it's important to have that option available. How do you take it? You're going to, it's going to get 32 ounces of it out of one serving. And you're going to drink it 2-3 times a day during the time when you would typically eat. So if you eat at noon and then you eat again at 6 p.m., I would probably take it first thing in the morning, have some at noon, have some at 6 p.m. or slightly before those times. Okay. And that's how you take your appetite suppressant tea. And if you want to know if it's working, take it, do your fasting. Right. And then next week, don't take it and do your fasting and compare and contrast notes. And then you'll find out if it's working or not. OK. What else do we have? We have the Root Wellness products. Now, that's a general thing, right? They've got like 15 products. What are the ones I recommend optimally? I'm going to recommend Clean Slate, especially when it comes to fasting and just mitigating detox symptoms. I'm going to recommend Restore, and I'm going to recommend Zero In. this is fast and dirty. I'm not going to get into all their products. Their products are great. Earlier in our live, I talked about Clean Spirits and what it does to help the liver. So all their products are great, but you're just getting started. You don't know much about it. You just want, hey, Chris, I need some stuff to get started. I would recommend getting a Trinity kit from the Root Wellness brand. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for that for you guys as well. Okay. All of these things are designed to aid you. They are not necessary. They are not required. If you have the resources, you could use them. If you find them beneficial, keep using them. If you find them not to be beneficial, don't use them. If you find something's better than something else, use the something that's better. Okay. This doesn't have to be some crazy hard thing to understand. Throughout my journey, I really was never interested in promoting products. It wasn't my thing. I have slowly decided to introduce you guys to some products. Number one, because they work. And number two, because I see people struggling. I tried to teach pure water fasting and dietary strategy. Sometimes people are so sick, they need a little help to get out of their sickness. Okay. These supplements, make no mistake about it, are designed to aid you. You do not need them. I don't want anybody to ever think, oh, Chris is saying I need to have this. I got to spend all this money. No, you do not. But if you've got the funds and you're struggling, grab this stuff. It works. All right. So here's the link for the Root brand stuff. You could grab yourself a Trinity kit to get yourself started. Test it out with your fasting. See how you like it. Yes, you can take each of the Root Trinity kit products while water fasting. They will not impact your autophagy. They will not impact your weight loss. They will only benefit you. Same thing with the appetite suppressant tea. It will only benefit you. So don't worry about if it detracting from your results. They will heighten your results, okay? Make them better. The last thing we're going to talk about is the new thing, which are the LifeWave patches. Now, I want in the chat, real quick, can you guys put a 1 in the chat if you have no idea when I say LifeWave patch, if you have no idea what I'm talking about? Put a 1 in the chat if when I say LifeWave patch or phototherapy or light therapy patch, you have no clue what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see how much time I need to spend, how much energy I need to spend on this based on who we have available here. Because we've been talking about these patches for a little while now. About a week or two, and a ton of people have grabbed the patches, and we're seeing an amazing amount of benefit. And once again, Nina, I got something special for you. So I know something you've been asking. Okay, so it's only a couple people that know nothing about the patches. All right, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. For those who know absolutely nothing about the patches, I'm going to invite you guys to join our AHA communities. Okay. Come join the AHA. I'm going to talk a little bit about the patches now, but I want you to come join AHA communities. And then what you're going to be able to do is you'll be able to join our LifeWave group, and you'll be able to get all the videos and stuff where we've talked about it, and you'll be able to learn more. But I highly suggest you do that because these patches are phenomenal, and I'm not going in depth tonight. But I'm going to put the link in real quick for y'all. By the way, anybody watching this after the fact, the links are in the description, and they'll be in the comment section. What light therapy is literally what it sounds like. It is utilizing light as a therapy. We are light beings. Earlier I called us sun creatures, sun, whatever, people of the sun. What that simply means is the sun is our energy source. Okay, it's not some new age woo-woo, nothing. It's nothing like that. I'm literally saying we get our energy from the sun. The sun gives us our energy. We eat sunlight. That's what fruit is. So light therapy is utilizing light to heal, stimulate the body to do something specific. Recently, I came across a company. One of my colleagues was like, Chris, I'm using these light therapy patches. They're amazing. You have to try them. The person who I talked to is a detox specialist. It's what they do for a living. If you guys have seen Sasha's video where she went from having stage 4 lymphatic T cell cancer to being Sasha that we know and love, this is the guy who took her from A to Z. So this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. So when he told me, Chris, you have to try this, I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to try them. I start using these patches. It's very simple. It's literally like a sticker that you put on your body. I have one on my navel right now. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take children off the screen because we don't need that anymore. because my 12 hours is up, but I'm going to show you guys what this is. This is literally, you can't even barely see it. It's literally just a patch. Hold on, let me try it on my brown skin. That's what it is. That's the technology, y'all. That's what the whole fuss is about. That's literally it. It's like it's this thin. It's a piece of paper, and what it is there's a crystal on the inside of that patch. So human beings naturally project light. It's called infrared. Okay. If you've seen those goggles that military wear where you could see people, thermal scan stuff, you could see people at night, even though it's pitch dark, but you see them glowing hot red and stuff. That is the light we're talking about. So that natural light that emanates from everything, our bodies, interacts with that crystal. What that crystal does is it manipulates the wavelength of the light and reflects it back into the body. The way that it's manipulated and the wavelength that is sent back in the body will cause different benefits. The patch that is the flagship is called the X39 patch. What that does is it stimulates production of a copper peptide. The copper peptide then stimulates the body to produce stem cells. Stem cells are the cells that are used to fix and repair everything in your body. Now, by the age of 30, stem cell production reduces by 50-60%. By the age of 60, stem cell production is at virtually zero. This is why we see such a decline in people's wellness at the age of 60, or after they retire, they decline, or even they pass away, because your stem cells stop producing. And so therefore the damage that you're doing to your body, the habits you've had for more than 50 years, now they have a more detrimental effect because your body can't repair. Well, what this patch is able to do is put your body in perfect alignment and increase the production of stem cells. By doing that, you're able to literally it's not anti-aging. It will reverse the age of your brain. It will reverse the age of your heart. It will reverse the age of your cells. It will lengthen your telomeres. You will literally age in reverse. It's not anti-aging, it's reverse aging. And the beautiful part is it's all been proven scientifically. They have the white papers on their website. So that is the product that we've been using. The whole coaching team, everybody's been using it, and we have seen phenomenal outcomes. I'm going to tell you about one lady that joined one of our calls last week, and this was crazy. We talked about the patches on last Sunday. She ordered it, and I think we had our call on like Wednesday. She was on day 2 of using the patches the day that we talked, right? Hey, you got a testimonial? How long you been using the patches? This is my second day, Chris. I'm like, second day? You got a testimonial already? Chris, I was scheduled to have knee replacement, okay? I was scheduled to have my knee replaced. I didn't want to do that, so I decided to go the natural route. I decided to try these patches. Knee replacement surgery. Do you guys understand how degenerated the knee would have to be for them to recommend knee replacement surgery? She's constantly in pain, been in pain for years, okay? She puts the patch on her knee, right below her knee where the pain was. No more than 20 seconds of putting the patch on, she said she started laughing to herself. Why? Because the pain was gone. This doesn't make any sense. How is the pain gone? I know that my knee is degenerated. I know there's no way. Yeah, I've been fasting. Yeah, I've been eating well. There's no way I put this little patch on and the pain in my knee is gone. The next day, no knee pain. She put 2 patches on. She sees her friend at work because she's like giddy. She's wearing heels. She's skipping. Her friend's like, yo, what's going on with you? My knees feel better. What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I tried these patches. My pain is gone. I don't know. Her friend had wrist pain, something carpal tunnel. I don't know. Pain in the wrist. This ain't my testimonial. It's her testimonial. Close enough. Pain in the friend's wrist. She takes the patch off her knee, puts the patch on her friend's wrist, and no sooner does she release her finger from putting the patch on the friend's wrist, the pain is gone. when I tell you guys this stuff works, I'm not hyping this. This is not my testimonial. I'm not even going to tell y'all my testimonial. Y'all could probably tell from my energy in this whole call tonight where my testimony is. But it's working rapidly. It's not magic. It's understanding how the body works and how the body heals. We try to heal the body through traditional physical means, through pharmacology and things that only treat. You cannot heal the body with pharmaceuticals. We are light creatures. So it only makes sense that you heal the body through light. Now, there's multiple ways you could do this. You can increase stem cell production through fasting. That's one of the reasons why fasting has an anti-aging effect, why fasting will reverse degenerative brain diseases, why fasting will reverse a lot of things, okay? But this is the same technology. It's just we're using it. It's just a different way. It's easier than fasting. Now, when you combine the patch with fasting, now you're getting your stem cell production that you would typically get with fasting, plus you're getting an exponential increase because of the light therapy patch. So now when you fast, you are supercharging your fast. We're talking less detox symptoms, better outcomes, smoother skin. We're talking less. So we talked about saggy skin. Now we know loose skin is a major issue, but people still do have some saggy skin when they fast. You still got to go to the gym and tone up. What if you didn't have to do that? By utilizing the light therapy patch, and then what the great thing, what I've seen from their studies, consistency is very important. If you wear the patch every single day for 3 months, it builds up. It's like compound interest. It's like compound interest. So you want to wear the patch every day. You wear it for no longer than 12 hours. You can wear multiple patches at a time if you want to. You want to make sure that you're drinking your water. This is why I love combining it with our fasting, because we're already hydrating well. So you're going to put it as close to the pain point as possible. Or if you don't have any pain and you just need general wellness, you put it on the back of your neck where you feel that bone at the top of your spine, or two fingers underneath your navel. That's it. You put it on in the morning, you take it off at night, drink water. That's it. Wear it 3 months and watch your life change. Watch your dreams become more vivid. You're going to get better rest. And if you understand the importance of rest, you know how game-changing that is. If you're dealing with diabetes, watch it slowly. Watch the need for your medication slowly dissolve. Right? If you have pain from a surgery, old scar or whatever, a wound, put the patch close to the scar. Watch that wound heal up. I've seen all of these testimonials, and we've seen it in our own community just in a short period of time. All right. So that's it, y'all. Couldn't we recharge the crystals? No, you can't recharge them. Once you use the crystal, it uses it up, and then you could theoretically, you could use it for, a couple of days or whatever, but the recommendation, you're going to get less benefit out of it. The recommendation is one-time use, okay? I cannot stress this enough, y'all. Do not try to game this. If you try to game it, you're going to hurt yourself more than help. If you try to wear the patch more than 12 hours, you're going to desensitize yourself. You're going to get less benefit. If you try to keep reusing patches, you're going to, it's going to be the law of diminishing return. You're going to wear the patch. You're not going to get as much out of it. This is an investment. And they're not that expensive. I know everybody has a different budget, but they're not that expensive. So how can you guys get the patches? Yes, you can shower with them. They do not come off in showers, swimming, or anything like that. All right. We have 2 options for how you can get the patches. Okay. Number 1, I'm going to put the link in the chat. This is the first option. If you guys want to, you can go directly to LifeWave through, we have our affiliate link. You could go directly through LifeWave. You could set up an account. You could purchase the patches. They're $150 retail. They're $99 if you auto ship. I'm telling you guys, put it on auto ship. Save the $50. There's no reason for you to spend it. If my number one recommendation is to use the patches for 90 days minimum. Are you going to see benefit before 90 days? Yes. But when based on my research of these patches, once again, the compound interest, if you use them over the course of 90 days, you're going to see incredible results. Your skin, your wrinkles are going to diminish. Your hair is going to start going back black. Like all of these things I've heard. And also we are currently experiencing, because we are coming up on month 2, going into month 3 of our use of patches. So I can verify this stuff. You want to do a minimum of 3 months if you can afford it, right? If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Do what you can. But if you can, they have what's called a silver enrollment kit. Just click the link to join, get the silver enrollment kit, order the silver, and get 3. You're going to get 3 months of the X39 patches. All right. And then it also gives you wholesale shipping pricing for the rest of your life. That's one way to order. So you could do retail, you $150. You could do auto ship, which is $99, or you can get the silver enrollment kit, and that's going to give you 3 months worth. By the way, if you do retail, it is a 90-day money back guarantee. That lets you know that this company stands by their product. 90-day money back guarantee. If you get the silver enrollment kit, the 3-month deal, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. Trust me, you won't need the 30 days. Take it every day for 15 days. You will see the results. Pay attention to your body. You'll see it. You'll see the better sleep, whatever. That's the link I'm putting in the chat right here. Now, if that option doesn't work for you, if it's too expensive for you, what we've done is me and the team have personally purchased X39 patches. We have a stockpile. It's a small stockpile of patches. And what we did was we put it so you guys can purchase them. You could purchase them in installment. You can get them in installment. So I'm going to put the link in there for you guys. If you want to purchase the patches, and you basically, it's I think it's like $33 every 2 weeks or something like that. It's an installment, okay? And it's to make it more affordable, because if you try these patches and you do it properly, and you ask questions and you learn, you're going to see the benefit, and you're going to be like, oh, this makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and invest. I'm going to spend. So trust me, trust me. You guys want to try these patches out. And also I would encourage you to share this with your friends and family. So link number 2, if you guys want to grab the patches, you want to put it on an installment plan, you can do that. I also put it to where you can purchase more than one. So if you did want to do 3 months worth, but you want to put on an installment plan, you could do it. Now, you're not going to pay the auto ship price. You're not going to pay the retail price. You're going to pay the AHA price, which is $135.89. Okay, $135.89. So that's what you're going to pay. So we're going to give you guys a discount on the retail price. All right. So you can order 3, you could order 5, you could order 6, whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't put a cap on it. You could order 1. But now you could do it. You could do the installment, and we will be shipping them to you. So that's the patches, y'all. I am extremely excited about them. As you can see, it is going to be a game changer for our community. If we combine the patches, clean slate, restore, zero in, dietary strategy, eating hydrating foods, prepping, refeed, fasting. When we put all these elements together, I'm talking we could go 0 to 100 in 30 to 60 days seamlessly. I've already started putting together new protocols to incorporate the new products that we're going to be using, and I am extremely excited. And by the way, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have new information coming in as we speak. I am currently testing something else. I think it's going to be an amazing add-on. It's going to be a game changer to everything we do. It's not going to cost very much money either. It's not even going to be as much as the patches. And I'm going to be excited to share that with you guys once I go through my preliminary and my testing. So that's a couple months out. But for now, the patches is good enough. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to briefly go through these comments, and I'm going to just grab a couple of questions. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to blaze through it. I think we got a super chat, so we're going to do the super chat for sure. And then we're going to wrap up. I really need your help. I've been water fasting for 2 weeks, but the nerve in my legs are going crazy. What can I do? Also, I still have hunger after 2 weeks. Any suggestion, any help? So here's the thing. Hunger is not guaranteed to go away just because you've been fasting for 2 weeks. There's no guarantee hunger will ever go away. Obviously, we see that hunger diminishes, reduces, it comes in waves, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people do experience that hunger goes away for moments in time. But we talked about it earlier. I think you put your comment before this. One of the ways you could do it is by grabbing some appetite suppressant tea. I'm going to give you guys two options. If you're dealing with hunger and it's severe, you could do the appetite suppressant tea, okay? Or I put the link earlier in the chat. You guys can go to the Root Wellness brand and you could get Sculpt. So Sculpt is a nutraceutical. It's way more powerful than our appetite suppressant tea, but it also costs more. But you have two different options there. If you want, you could do them both. It's not going to hurt you. But I could tell you they both work. So that can, I mean, hey, that's an option. The cheap option would be preparation. Do your prep properly. Do a week preparation before, and then that typically helps mitigate the hunger pangs or the detox symptoms, but it's not guaranteed, right? Nothing's guaranteed. All right, what else? The nerves in your legs are going crazy. See, this is the reason why I suggest these supplements, y'all. It's not even just, I mean, okay. So in Clean Slate, for example, you also get salt water. It's basically salt water. It's trace minerals. It's salt water. Salt water is, a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, if your stuff's going crazy, it's electrolytes. Well, if you're utilizing Clean Slate, you get it. You get it. Could you also go out and get yourself some Celtic sea salt? Take 1 grain underneath your tongue and drink that. Yeah, that probably will help with it. And then, of course, we've been talking about the patches. The patches would also probably calm your nerves down. Okay, that's one of the benefits of the patches. So there's a couple different options there. And I think that's pretty much everything. The other thing, of course, you could do is fast until, like, typically the body is very, it's easy to understand, like, when it's going to have issues. So typically you're going to have the same issues around the same amount of fasting days. So you could fast up until the time when you typically have that issue and then stop, refeed, and then start over. And then over time, the body will slowly resolve that issue naturally as well. But you have to be practicing proper dietary strategy in between your fasts. So there you go. Let's see. I can vouch for that. Dairy's addicting. Yes, it is. Here we go right here. It's the casein in the dairy affects your body like sugar. Very addictive. Yep. Do I have a recipe for the ice cream I make? It's very simple. It is. I did a video. It's on my channel. But yeah, it's like I usually will do. This is the simple, fast, dirty way, right? You get a can of coconut cream and a can of coconut milk. You put it in an ice cream maker. I use an ice cream maker. That's how I do it. You put it in an ice cream maker. You do a cup of blue agave, or half a cup. It's up to you how sweet it is. And then you do either vanilla bean or you do vanilla extract. That's once again up to you. You turn it on. You put it in like an ice cream container specifically designed for ice cream. Put it in your freezer. Freeze it for 4 hours. You can eat it. It's good. That's how I do it. I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from this. Everything's not bad for you. You got to get that out of your mind. Everything is not bad for you. It is the things that are the most convenient that are bad for you. It's the things that are most highlighted that are bad for you. It's the things we are propagandized. Those are the things that are bad for you. Nature is all good. Strawberries are good for you. Just don't buy them from the grocery store. They're sprayed with pesticides. Grow them in your backyard or in your front yard, or go to the farmer's market or go to a co-op and get them. And they're beautiful. They're wonderful. Everything is not bad for you. You got to get rid of that perspective. It's not true. And I'm not yelling at you. I'm just hyped. Where can you watch Idiocracy? I think it's on Netflix. I think it's on YouTube, as a matter of fact. It's pretty much everywhere. Amazon Prime, probably. You shouldn't have a problem finding it. Building a stronger man. I hope you still here. I see you in the chat. Just keep telling me you sent the super chat. You saw me cooking, man. I couldn't stop that. Come on, man. Chris, when's the cookbook coming out? This year. I'm going to have the cookbook this year. I already decided I'm going to just release it. It's coming out this year. It's not going to have all the recipes in it that I want, but I don't care anymore. It's coming out because it's my fault. I've been holding on to it. It's coming out. Just going through this. I'm not getting all the questions, y'all. Does the appetite suppressant stop hunger pangs? That's the point. Yes, that's the point. Is it 100% effective? I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I'm not going to say it's not 100%. All I know is the feedback I got from the community, which was that it worked. It suppressed the hunger. Hunger pangs. There you go. But I'm not going to tell you guys 100% guaranteed, but the right herbs are in there. Let's say that. All right. I think that we really knocked it out of the park tonight. Okay, so it looked like some questions about the patches. If it's not transdermal patch, why do we need to replace them and not just reuse them? I don't know 100% the technology, but my assumption is that the crystal, whatever the crystal is, it gets used up. But that's just my assumption. I don't 100% know. Like I said, you can game it. You can use them a couple times, but you push it too far, you're going to start losing benefit. But it's a proprietary thing. I don't know exactly why. Okay. But once again, listen, my mom tried to game the system. She spent her money on some of the patches. The patches she got, same company, but just a different type of patch. They were for energy. And there's two patches. You put one on one side of your body, one on the other. She tried to get away with just using one side, wasted all her patches. Do the things as directed, y'all. Don't try to game it. There's no reason. There's no reason to game it. And I'm not saying that that's what you're trying to do. I see you're just asking a question, but I'm just saying do it as directed. Trust me. Does water fasting get rid of parasites, or do you need to buy herbs? Technically, yes, but you have to water fast for a long time. And then you also, when you're not fasting, you have to eat very well, because you could kill the parasites that are currently like the adults. But remember, we talked about it earlier. It's about the children. So the parasites, before they die, they lay eggs, which means you have to be consistent on a very strict regimen for 90 days at least to make sure you get the eggs as well. So are you going to fast for 90 days? Probably not. This is why the herbs help. This is why they help so much. But can you do it? Yeah, you can. Okay. Yeah. So think of it more like a charge than a medicine. Batteries burn out, kind of like that. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it as well. No, you can't recharge them. Okay. I already answered. You can shower with them. All right. So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Share this video out. Grab those patches. Grab some Root Brand products. Join our next challenge. Join AHA Communities. It's absolutely free. Cost nothing. You don't got to worry about nothing. It's free. Join AHA Communities. Here's the link. And there's no credit, y'all. There's no credit with AHA Communities. Okay, if you guys need a customer ID for the patches, the link should already be built in. If you're having some weird thing, you don't see the link, it's not there. It's a healthy alternative, all one word. But you guys should see it. If you clicked that link, it's taking you to the it's all. And yes, we do get credit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna zip it. If you guys are interested. If any of you all either got the patches, or you're like, yo, Chris is on fire, I ain't never seen him like this, I want to get the patches, I want to use the patches, I want to share the patches. There you can get an affiliate link. You can get an affiliate link and you can share the patches and you can get credit. Okay. And we all work, it all works as a community. So there is that option as well. But if you guys want to learn more about that, I would say join AHA Communities and then join the LifeWave group. And then you can learn more about that. but that's also an option. When's the next challenge? It's going on right now. 5-2 started last Sunday. That's when the next challenge is. I don't know when the one after that's going to be. We have to do our retreat. Have you guys signed up for our retreat yet? If you have not signed up for our retreat, I will grab the link for you. If you guys are just, we love AHA, everything you guys do is awesome, you've been a benefit, all right. Thank you. We appreciate that. Please support us and come and join our retreat so that we could do more retreats and we could do more at our retreats. Okay. The retreat is going to be September 21st to the 23rd. I believe Shell's not here to correct me, but it's all going to be on this page. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys. And then if you're listening to this after the fact, you can find it in the description, or you'll be able to find it in the comment section. We are really, really excited about the retreat. And honestly, we don't have that many people signed up. So I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I haven't been promoting it like I should. So I guess I'll take that's my fault. But I just promoted it. Y'all heard about it. So if you heard about it, you could join. Join the retreat. Come join us. It's going to be great. Can I still be included in the gold plan group? No. Gold plan group is only for gold if you get a gold enrollment kit. So I mean, if you're asking, will you be able to come in the future? Yes, you can always get in it in the future. But if you buy the patches from us, or if you get a silver kit, no, you're not going to be in the gold enrollment kit. But it's fine. You'll still see. You'll be able to upgrade or something if you want. All right, that's it. I'm burnt out, y'all. You used all my energy. I got nothing left to give. Love you guys. Hope you have a great night. Share this video out. Share with your friends, family. This is a great video. I already know this video was fire. I've been here. I was here. But I wasn't like here. I was like outer body, but it was fire. All right. Good night.